Welcome back. I'm here with Stephanie Wetter from the National Pork Board. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So first things, let's just find out what your role is. What do you do there?
Sure. So, as you mentioned, I work for National Pork Board, and there I am the Director of Animal Welfare on our sustainability team. The National Pork Board has been charged through USDA to provide research, promotion, and education to our U.S. pork producers. So, through that, primarily, I work through research and education to further animal welfare and sustainability in the U.S. pork industry.
Great. So you can educate me on what's going on at pork farms in America, especially when it comes to sustainability.
Yeah. So there's been a lot going on actually on pork farms. I've been with Pork Board about 6 years, and I've truly seen our shift into sustainability. And for me, it's been really exciting. Personally, I have a background in pork production. And so for us to be able to take this deep dive into sustainability has been really fun. So when we're talking about sustainability in the pork industry, we're talking about our 6 We Care ethical principles, which have laid the foundation for our sustainability platform. So we're not looking just at environment, it's a much more holistic definition. So we're looking at environment, animal welfare, which is my area of focus. We're looking at our communities, our people. We're looking at public health and, of course, food safety as well. So we're working with them to build out a new platform, working with our consultants, our professional consultants in sustainability called EOC, an environmental group, with our producers to develop on-farm reports to help our U.S. pork producers measure, monitor, and report the sustainability metrics and efforts that they're doing on their farm.
Great. A lot of times when it comes to agriculture and farming, there's this perception that it's going to cost too much for the farmers to go green, and so they're resistant and they don't want to do anything that their clients want or anything. Is any of that ring true?
The pork sector has seen a lot of financial troubles over the last few years, truly just due to markets and high input cost. So for about the last year and a half, our pork producers have been losing money with every pig that they've sold. So it truly has been a struggle to implement some of these often expensive changes towards sustainability. That's why we at National Pork Board, there to support our producers, are working with them to help them find funding. So for example, Pork Board is funding those on-farm environmental reports that we just talked about. We've also worked with USDA to obtain part of their $3.1 billion in climate smart grants to support some of these sustainability changes that they're seeing on farms. We're also partnering with other groups like Nest Trade to obtain some grants to very specifically make some changes within their own supply chain supply shed, to make some changes that are going to do things like reduce greenhouse gases, reduce the energy use on farm, and then make some other changes even in the fields that are associated with pig production. So the crops, increasing no-till and cover crops.
Awesome. So what's the most misunderstood thing about the pork industry?
Yeah. Oh man, there's my world. There's so many misconceptions, right, about what we do on farm. Probably the biggest thing is that pork production is dirty, and working with pigs is dirty. Pigs are actually very clean animals, and we're actually very efficient. And so farmers over the years have truly been the pioneers in sustainability. We just called it efficiency, not sustainability. So we've done so much already within the scope of the farm to become sustainable. That's really why we need to look outside of the farm, look more to the crop side, into the feed input side for us, into our inputs to achieve those big gains in sustainability.
That's great. So what brings you joy in your role at the pork board?
Honestly, it's helping producers. I did not grow up in the pork industry. I found it when I was in college and truly fell in love both with working with the animals and with working with our pig farmers. So having an opportunity where I can work in the association, I can represent those farmers, I know what they're doing on farm, and I can come up and I can have that conversation and represent the good work that they're doing, that really fulfills me.
That is so awesome. It's exciting work that you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love it.
All right. Well, let's see. Wrapping up, I don't know. What's your what's your one thing you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, so today we're here to talk to the financial sector and investors, right? So, when we're talking about sustainability in the pork industry, we talk a lot about the partnerships that are so exciting and are really helping our producers go that extra mile. So, we're talking about what are the partnerships that are going to be most beneficial, and why would animal agriculture specifically be a good option for investors and for those to keep investing in this way. So, we've come miles really in sustainability in the measuring, monitoring, and reporting that we're doing on farm and in agriculture. Pork board is starting with the producers, but we're also working further down the supply chain. So, working with food service and retail are big groups like McDonald's, right, to help. Throughout that supply chain, make those connections, make those links in that chain for sustainability to understand the full concept and the full scope of sustainability and those metrics for that final product, right? So, if we're talking about McDonald's, what is the true sustainability impact for the bacon, the sausage, the McRib sandwich, right?
Yeah.
When we're talking about that. So, really, we're talking about these connections. We're talking about why we're a good investment. And yeah, all the opportunities that we have within animal agriculture.
Fantastic. So I've been here with Stephanie Wetter with National Pork Board. Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you.